And welcome back, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We
That's
are
my
now.
line.
It's true. The last couple of seasons here have been completely off the rails. In the books, yeah, it's like I feel like one of the last things that we saw really was like with Varys was like him finally, kind of starting to come out about who he like actually supports, right? So that's been for like forever now that we've known that he's Team Daenerys, and that was like this big thing that like just came out in the books. And
I mean, what the hell is this man
doing? There's just a lot of stuff. Like he's, like I said, he's writing other things. He's writing prequels.
Who gives a shit about prequels? Finish the actual story.
I know.
Then you can go back and write prequels.
He's sitting on that HBO money at this point is the issue.
Absolutely. I assume he wrote all these things in pretty good succession, and then it got picked up by HBO, and then he's like, well, I guess I don't have to work anymore. He sure as hell never bought a razor.
No, he didn't.
Or a new shirt, or any kind of
not
clothes.
blowing his money on those things.
It strikes me as the kind of person and kind of situation that at some point in the future he'll die without having published any of this shit, and then his estate will release kind of undone versions, and they'll have to have some other writer come in and finish them up.
Yep.
Basically, but they'll be 90% there with a bunch of pizza stains and beer and pretzels and stuff all over them.
Yeah,
how correct do you think I am on that?
I think that's actually pretty accurate. I think at some point, if there's anyone in, I don't know who in his family would have the ability to do that. I'm thinking of like with J.R.R. Tolkien. A lot of the works that are published under his name were things that were done posthumously. His son came along and kind of compiled a lot of his notes and tied together a few of his unfinished stories and.
Is he to blame for why The Hobbit is so short but yet so long in movie form?
No, because that book is beautiful and short.
What about the movies?
So
there's a 45-minute
the Lord of the
dinner
Rings
dance scene
themselves. I think the Lord of the Rings movies themselves, the original trilogy, I think are about as near perfect as I could have hoped for out of that series. Being a big Tolkien fan, The Hobbit has, I think, a lot more problems. Yes, there are a lot of parts that they really, I think, milked and developed, to an extent that is not in the Tolkien world, because they were trying to keep with the Peter Jackson style 3-hour trilogies, things like that.
Of course, because you have to turn everything after Harry Potter did it. You have to turn everything into a 17-movie franchise.
Yes. There's also he's got his book, The Silmarillion, that he drew a lot of storylines from. All the bit about the necromancer and all of that all comes from. That's stuff that is like in the Silmarillion and in some of the appendices of some of the other books.
Well, it sounds like we should have you as the expert on J.R. Tolkien's show, because. You're doing a pretty good job here, Josh.
I am a big Tolkien fan.
What are we watching here? We're watching
however, Game of Thrones, episode 4 today coming up, which is The Last of the Starks.
Well, I assume that means one of the Starks is going to die. Oh my God.
We'll have to see. We've still got a few free.
I'm a little nervous here.
A few alive and okay at the moment. So, diving on in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's see what the hell happened here.
Yeah.
Where's the red woman?
We saw her die.
Yeah, we did. What would you do right now if you just sprang to life and slit her throat? Like as some zombie thing?
Just complete, break the last couple episodes here.
It looks very peaceful there.
Getting to see all of the fallen heroes here.
Dion's hair looks really red there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna light them all on fire?
You kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bury that many people.
No. It's sad, but this is, I mean, it's not necessarily necessary anymore for
We're here to say goodbye to our brothers and
them
sisters,
not coming back to life, but
to our fathers and mothers, to our friends, our fellow men and women who set aside their differences to fight together and die together so that others might live. Everyone in this world owes them a debt that can never be repaid. It is our duty and our honor to keep them alive in memory for those who come after us and those who come after them. For as long as men draw breath, they were the shields that guarded the realms of men. And we shall never
Always
see
a very
them
good
again.
speaker.
yeah, using the lines from the Night's Watch to talk about all the different people. I mean, in death here, there's no difference between any of the houses or the wildlings.
Yep, they're all just together.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
No, I saw him riding that thing.
That's right, you did.
I did. That's why we all agreed to follow him. That's the kind of man he is. He's little, but he's strong. Strong enough to befriend an enemy and get murdered for it. Most people get bloody murdered. They stay that way. Not this one.
I didn't have much say in that.
He comes back and keeps fighting. Here, north of the wall, and then back here again. He keeps fighting. He keeps fighting. He climbed on a fucking dragon and fought. What kind of person climbs on a fucking dragon? A madman or a king?
Queen.
Yep. John's getting all the attention here.
I didn't know Sejura well,
The same conversation.
but I know this.
Yeah.
If he could have
Oh, it's so hot in here.
it would have been protecting you.
He loved me. And I couldn't love him back. Not the way he wanted. Not the way I love you. Is that all right? I wish you'd never told me. If I didn't know, I'd be happy right now.
He didn't know he'd be happy right
Try
now.
to forget.
Yeah.
Tonight I did for a while. And then I saw them gathered around you. I saw the way they looked at you. I know that look. So many people have looked at me that way, but never here. Never on this side of the sea.
I told you I don't want it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you want. You didn't want to be king in the north. What happens when they demand you press your claim and take what is mine?
I'll refuse. You are my queen. I don't know what else I can say.
You can say nothing to anyone ever. Never tell them who you really are. Swear your brother and Samuel Tarly to secrecy and tell no one else. Or it will take on a life of its own and you won't be able to control it or what it does to people. No matter how many times you bend the knee. No matter what you swear.
God, she wants it so bad, doesn't she?
She does. That's rough. Hide who you are the rest of your
I
lives.
want it to be the way it was between us.
Jon Snow doesn't lie.
No.
I have to tell Sansa and Arya.
Sansa will want to see me gone and you on the Iron Throne.
She won't.
She's not the girl he grew up with. Not after what she's seen. Not after what they've done to her.
No, that's
That's
true.
all true. Yeah.
I owe them the truth.
Even if the truth destroys us.
It won't.
It will. I've never begged for anything. But I'm begging you. Don't do this. Please.
It's both. It will destroy their relationship. I feel
will.
like.
You are my queen. Nothing will
A
change.
very selfish request, though.
Yeah, it is.
And they're my family. We can live together.
We can. I've just told you how.
Oh.
How far gone? The Northmen as well.
And the Golden Company has arrived in King's Landing, courtesy of the Greyjoy fleet. The balance has grown distressingly even.
Back to the map.
When the people find out what we have done for them, that we saved them,
Cersei will make sure they don't believe it. We will hit her hard. We will rip her out, root and stem.
The objective here is to remove Cersei without destroying King's Landing.
They don't mind destroying anywhere else.
Thankfully, she
True.
is losing allies by the day. Yara Greyjoy has retaken the Iron Islands in her queen's name. The new Prince of Dawn pledges his support.
No matter how many lords turn against her, as long as she sits on the Iron Throne, she can call herself Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. We need the capital.
I watched the people of King's Landing rebel against their king when they were hungry, and that was before winter began. Give them the opportunity, and they will cast Cersei aside.
We'll surround the city. If the Iron Fleet tries to ferry in more food, the dragons will destroy them. If the Lannisters and the Golden Company attack, we'll defeat them in the field.
Once the people see that Cersei is our only enemy, her reign is over.
The only way to defeat Cersei is to cut her freaking head off like a snake.
All right.
Men we have left are exhausted.
She doesn't
Many of them are women.
feel like she wants to
They'll
just
fight
hold a
better if they have
siege.
time to rest and recuperate.
How long do you suggest?
Can't say for certain, not without talking to the officers.
I came north to fight alongside you, at great cost to my armies and myself. Now that the time has come to reciprocate, you want to postpone.
It's not just our people, it's yours. You want to throw them into a war they're not ready to fight.
The longer I leave my enemies alone, the stronger they become.
The Northern forces will honor their promises and their allegiance to the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. What you command, we will obey.
So,
Well, that's what she wanted to
an
hear.
agreement. Jon and Sir Davos will ride down the King's Road with the northern troops in the
Yeah, it is.
remaining Dothraki and Unsullied. A smaller group of us will ride to White Harbor and sail from there to Dragonstone with our queen and her dragons accompanying us from above. Sir Jaime has chosen to remain here as a guest of the Lady of Winterfell.
We have won the Great War. Now we will win the last war. In all 7 kingdoms, men will live without fear and cruelty under their rightful queen.
Those two.
They don't like each other still.
I think they would be fine if they could just...
We need a word.
You understand we'd all be dead if not for her. We'd be corpses marching down to King's Landing.
Arya's the one that killed the Night King.
Her men gave their lives defending Winterfell.
And we will never forget them. That doesn't mean that I want to kneel to someone.
I swore myself and the North to her cause.
I respect that.
You respect it.
We needed her. We needed her army, her dragons. You did the right thing. And we're doing the right thing telling you we don't trust your queen.
You don't know her yet.
I'll never know her. She's not one of us.
If you only trust the people you grow up with, you won't make many allies.
That's all right. I don't need many allies.
Arya.
She's a one-man army.
Family. The four of us. The last of the Starks.
There you go.
I've never been a Stark.
You are a Stark.
You are.
Quit being a twat.
Just as much Ned Stark's child as any of us.
You're my brother.
You're not Ned Stark's child.
Not my
Maybe this is the time to tell him.
bastard brother. My brother.
It's your choice.
Bran. He knows Bran knows.
I need to tell you something. You have to swear you'll never tell another soul.
Think this is a mistake or right call?
What is it?
Probably...
How can I promise to keep a secret if I don't even know what it is?
Probably the right call, but... It's going to create a lot of discord with him and Daenerys.
No. Arya immediately promised.
Swear.
Sansa much more reluctantly.
And Sansa's the one that's going to tell.
Tell them.
Well, I'm excited to watch it. So thank you all for joining us again.
Slit her throat and burn her.
Josh has wanted this for so long. If you've been watching, you know his bloodlust for Cersei runs deep. So anyway, thank you all for staying with us, for continuing to watch. I can't believe we're finishing the series here and finishing it still remotely, but I'm so glad for all of you sticking in there, and I'm really excited to see how this all ends up here. So,
don't you know?
Of course I do. I'm excited to watch it with you.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I'm gonna say, have I been led down the wrong path here?
Wrong path.
I thought you had some. I thought we had an expert on the line here. Not some noob.
Well, thank you all for watching with us, whether expert or noob or somewhere in between. As always, I'm Josh Dawes.
I'm Josh Driscoll.
And we're the WesterBros.
I'm so upset. oh yeah. Oh, hi.
You didn't tell us.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like that. Please make sure you subscribe, stay notified. Go to our Patreon page. Yeah, check it out. Pay some money there. We would love to have you do that.